welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Mr. Shifty.
Mr. Shifty.
I died 19 times.
Yeah, you did. It was those lasers, man. They were tearing you up. Enemies? Nah, they're not a problem. Lasers? Whoa.
Oh, you should see me when I'm playing. Like,
But you died less to the moving lasers than you did to the static ones.
you should see me when I'm playing Enter the Gungeon by myself.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I get myself shot so much.
Oh, I played with you for a little bit when we played it just for kicks and giggles.
I barely played when we played that, but now like I'm actually playing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know all these little tricks. I get myself killed a lot more.
But I'm saying just then, there were so many times where I was safe, but I panicked and jumped into a bullet.
Yeah.
This is so, see how like the sharks below, it's kind of a cool little feature they got going on there. Like this is the big bad guys, you know, building. But I kept thinking they were gonna be part of the game in some way, and they're not. But I thought it'd be really cool. This game needs DLC.
It probably, like, from what because of how popular it's been for YouTubers and whatnot, like,
It probably will.
regular people, it might.
Or hopefully will.
It's a realistic goal.
Yeah, because like I got the bundle, which just came with it and the original soundtrack, which is cool. So I've got a soundtrack because it was like $1 more for the bundle. So I was like, oh.
But yeah, most of the time on Steam, like they'll be like, "Hey, here's the soundtrack too for this and that," and I'm just like, I've always done that. Like I did that with Binding of Isaac and a bunch of different things.
So you gotta break in and you gotta get them to shoot at you. This is the cool one. So you go in and they'll shoot at you and they'll destroy the glass and you go back and turn the laser on. I mean, you don't have to do it that way. That's how I did it. Because there's a lot of guys with machine guns and they tend to shoot faster.
I ran out of. Yep.
I mean, you kind of almost have to do it their way. You don't have to, but it's a lot easier. You're like refusing to do it that way because I told you.
You do the same thing when I'm playing.
What are you talking about? I would have done it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need your
Shut up
logic.
with your logic. That's the whole reason you came up with that dang saying is because it's just like, screw you.
I'm gonna do it my way.
Oh, coffee mug.
Nicely done. That's foreshadowing.
For a teleporting thief. Yeah, to be honest, like if I were to have
Woo!
if I were to have like okay, so if you were to have 3 superpowers, not at the same time, but just 3 different superpowers.
What would your top 3?
What would your top 3 be?
Top 3, invisibility,
Same.
invincibility.
Nah, not the same.
Well, see, here's my thing. Whenever I think of superpowers having them, I always think almost every superhero has a form of, what do they call that? Healing factor X.
Yeah, it's mainly a Marvel thing.
Well, even most other, they all can take a beating and they all are semi-athletic. You know what I mean? They all heal generally kind of fast.
Yeah.
Almost all of them. I mean, even Punisher, who has like no superhero powers.
Well, like I said, that's a Marvel thing.
Well, I'm saying he's not the only one. Even Green Arrow.
No,
He does heal generally faster than the average human.
Yeah, because
Because he meditates, which is not a real thing. I'm just saying. So I'm not saying you have healing factor X as in like.
Oh no, I didn't mean
Wolverine or Deadpool, but I mean
basic regeneration.
So I'm assuming you kind of get that, but invisibility is always one because
There it is.
that's an incredible power. I think not necessarily invulnerability, but I don't know. Maybe it's like
Wrong button.
kind of a Colossus thing, like or what's her name?
Outer armor kind of thing.
Yeah, like where I can make myself invulnerable for a time.
You can be the thing, which you can actually turn your rockness off.
Yeah, or Colossus.
I hit the wrong button again.
The one with the diamond skin.
Oh, Emma Frost.
Emma Frost, or those. I'm a much more of a Marvel guy, so I'm not naming very many DC characters.
I know a lot of Marvel characters too, because I'm really a comic guy, but I do prefer DC.
So there's another one. So you could just. Yeah.
I know, and I just kept hitting the wrong button.
Oh, you were hitting A and you warped into it instead of throwing it?
I did it twice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to warp through. Oh yeah, so yeah, some kind of that ability. And I think the third one would be some kind of shape-shifting.
Oh, poop.
I've never been big on the. I mean, flying would be awesome, but I don't necessarily would want. I don't necessarily would want flying.
Yeah, see, like I want teleportation.
That's up there.
I want invisibility, and
Oh no!
super
See?
speed.
Now I've changed it. Yeah, super speed. Super speed or slow time, which is basically super speed. In fact, super speed, and I perceive it as time slowed.
Yeah, like my favorite iteration is like the silver age Flash, when it's referred to as the Speed Force. You're tapping into this Big Bang type energy.
So they shoot each other.
Yeah.
Half of them die to their own gunshots.
Yeah, when you tap into this Big Bang type energy, and like if you're going fast enough, it's considered flash time. And which, like, yeah, everything's moving fractions of a seconds at a time, and I
See, if you have that, you almost have invulnerability.
Yeah.
Because unless it's just something you just can't get away from, you're gonna be able to get away from it.
Like the one thing I like about like the whole like flash aspect is in some of the comics they later state that if there are too many speedsters,
Yeah.
tapping into the Speed Force, it dwindles your speed.
Also, you get slower the more you do it.
Yeah, well, not the more you do it, but the more people
Are doing it.
So that's why there's
So if we're all super, then none of us are.
exactly. So that's why like one of the greatest Flash villains is actually most of the Flash villains are just either different versions of the Flash himself or a different speedster.
I think
And-
mind reading, like being able to read people's thoughts, would
That-
be kind of cool.
That's a number 4 for
But
me.
I feel like you need something else with it because it could just be really depressing to find out how many people hate you.
Yeah.
No.
My favorite iteration of teleportation actually comes
And
from-
like constantly knowing bad people's, or even just good people who have like maybe bad thoughts, knowing their bad thoughts all the time might not be a nice thing.
Yeah.
As long as you can turn it off, I guess. You have complete control of it, so you don't have to read people's minds.
Yeah. So like when it comes to like teleportation and whatnot, because like that's one of my higher up there
Yeah.
types.
Now,
of
when you say teleportation, do you mean like this or like push or?
because so for DC's major iteration, or not DC, but Marvel's major iteration of teleportation, it involved like heavy concentration to teleport long distances and to be able to see your location.
Or short distance, like yeah, because like Nightcrawler can go a long distance,
But he has to meditate. He
and
has
really
to,
think about it.
and then he can boom.
Yeah.
And then with the assistance of like Professor X and Cerebro, he
Even
can-
further.
Even further. But in DC's iteration, you've probably seen the movie, but Jumper
Yeah,
is,
yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean push. I meant jumper.
Jumper
I
is
said push. That's the one with.
oh, actually no, I take it back. Not super speed. Telekinesis. Telekinesis would be my third.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, I get you. There's so many cool superpowers that would be awesome.
But yeah, like in the. 'cause
I think
there's-
super strength. It has to include like an invulnerability with it though.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was dead.
Which is why I think I go with like when I say like Colossus or somebody, where you like you can make yourself nearly invulnerable and you're strong. Because so
Yeah.
many powers, I guess I would say,
oh, but
what superheroes' abilities would you want? Because sometimes they're kind of like an inclusive thing. I feel like like you can separate Healing Factor X from Wolverine, but then his other power is kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Because then he's just tearing his own hands up all the time.
Yeah. There was a specific superhero. You know what? I might need to come back to you on that
It's
one.
not it's a bomb.
Oh.
So he's telling you to throw it.
I was thinking and I wasn't reading.
About whose power? Wait, what was the?
Your question was whose powers would you have?
Yeah, if you could just choose a superhero and take that person's powers.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's gonna be overpowered superheroes, like, well, just who have like too many powers, like Superman.
Yeah. Like as much as I
'Cause
like
that's the easiest. I mean, honestly, if I had a choice, Superman. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be him because it's boring as fuck.
it is.
I guess you don't have to be him, but
As much as I like
so overpowered.
as much as
you
I
gotta
like
pick it up.
Green Lantern and stuff, like that wouldn't be my first choice. It'd be my second. But
It's pretty powerful. Anything you can think of at will.
yeah, because each color, it's like green is willpower, so they're you have to have a strong sense of will. And
Here's the other side of it: is does that universe exist though? If you do that, there's a bunch of other Green Lanterns, and then there's a host of problems with those. But if it's just their power,
yeah,
yeah,
and then I love all the different like color responses, like hope, blue being hope, and like it has the similar power to like the green ring, but it's mainly there to empower the green color.
yeah.
And I was just like, that's cool.
So if you could do, how about this one, right?
Because they all can embody different things from
Yeah.
the
So
ring.
we'll say no Superman,
No Superman.
no Superman S. So you have to choose. Let's say favorite mutant. I guess that's better because they tend to be a little more balanced across the board, other than Dark Phoenix or something. But even her, you could choose Jean, right? Telekinesis and
That's honestly, that would be my choice.
yeah. So like Jean, but not Dark Phoenix. That's too far, I think.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
So like you could have she's a little bit of telepathy and telekinesis.
Yeah, the other one was if we were to put a restriction on Jean Grey, I'd probably pick like Bishop or Cable,
Nice.
because their story was so much better to me than anything. Or to be honest, post Spider Queen Rogue.
Yeah. Spider-Man I think would be a great one.
Spider-Man would be interesting.
Well, because you get the spider sense, you can climb, you get the climb, he's got the healer factor, he's got healing factor. He's incredibly strong, and the web slinging. Is that really a power though? That's the thing, web slinging.
Well, it depends on which Spider-Man you're talking about, because some Spider-Mans didn't have some had the.
That's what I mean. Is it a power or not? Because sometimes it's a power, but sometimes it's Peter Parker invented it.
Yeah, like he uses tension cables and stuff like that. Like,
Well, he invents the thing and he creates the ability to web sling. Is that a power? Are you considering his innate ability he had before he got superpower as part of his power?
to be honest, I like. Do you remember the Fox TV show Spider-Man? That one was my favorite Spider-Man. Like he had.
Yeah.
He started out having the web sacks, and then he lost the ability after like he spent enough time with Gwen Stacy and freaking what's his name, freaking the hunter dude that's like always hunting Spider-Man.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And then he had to
Is
create
he African or something?
Yes, he had to create the what is it, the webbing.
I love doing that to these guys. Yeah. You totally okey doked them.
Slow mo. I know. It's happened 4 times already without you telling me. I know.
Hey, look, listen. He jumps into the bolt, I think.
I thought I was further up. That was all me. Super hot.
Super hot. Ooh, there's a lot of guys.
I didn't think those guys were still alive.
Anyway, yeah. So here's the next question I had. I thought, because I've actually done this in my head before, like just
We all
daydreaming.
Have. We all have.
And my thing is like, right, you come across a genie, but he's a special genie, and he basically says, you get to choose 3 individual powers, and you get to think of like the superhero exactly, whatever it is. You can say, okay, I want this power from this superhero, and you get 3 different powers you get to have. What are the 3 you take?
Shoot, I can't remember.
Number 1 for me always is either Deadpool or Wolverine's healing factor.
Yeah,
It's always number 1 for me.
I can't remember some of the DC names or even the Marvel equivalent, but like, it would literally be like telekinesis.
Yeah, so like a gene or something.
Honestly, it's a lot of like kinetic teleport or tele type power. So telekinesis,
Teleport and telepathic?
not necessarily telepathic. Sometimes I like to change it up for like invisibility or
That's a very powerful combination.
I know.
You literally could be a ghost.
the other one would be like, okay, so there's one.
Moving shit with your mind while invisible
No, so like,
in a room that you teleported to so no one saw you go in.
so I mainly started really thinking about this when I was playing like
Levitation would be nice too, though.
Yeah.
Yes, it's flight. So.
Another one is there's a DC villain for, I believe, Wonder Woman. It's either Wonder Woman or Flash, I can't remember, but like her superpower, or her villain power, I should say, is God damn it, I did not see him.
Yeah, I didn't see him either until he shot you.
She can alter her size. So she can get really big or really small.
Okay, yeah. There's a few different,
And I'd love to be able to do that while being able to like
be invisible or and throw things with your mind.
Well, like imagine like you're like in Mr. Shifty case being a thief, and you can take yourself down to a tiny size, but you can
Ant-Man or something too can also do that.
Well,
with the suit, but yeah, without the suit. You don't have to have the suit, I guess I would say, to be part of this genie. He just gives you the ability.
Yeah, so then I would do Ant-Man. And so Ant-Man or Captain Atom or
Yeah.
And so like imagine yourself being super teeny tiny, and you're like, you know, you're a burglar at this point because you have like the best 3 combination of powers. You could teleport to different heights without altering your own height, as well as you're like, oh, I need to get this, and so you lift it up and bring it over to you.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that'd be perfect.
Awesome. I think my go-to is shape-shifting, healing factor, and speed.
Yeah.
Time control.
Time control would definitely be another one. Like, so I mainly really thought about this when I was playing my God damn it, I thought he was dead when I was playing my kineticist in Pathfinder. So, you know, I made him a telekinetic kineticist. He can also go invisible, and he's a halfling. So he was like, he's literally the perfect burglar for our our group. And they're just like, so how does this invisibility work? I'm just like, well, if I'm not moving, I'm completely undetectable. But
so you
if
go
I'm
for
moving,
them.
but if I'm moving, then like you have the chance of picking up sound and stuff. It's just like, they're just like,
oh, you missed him.
I know. And that's gonna end this episode.
All right, that's gonna end this episode of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And if you have an idea of the 3 best possible powers to have, put them in the comments. I like to hear. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.